Good morning once again. This is Dorcas from Washington, and today is Wednesday, August 17, and we are continuing with our study on using and multiplying our talents, and that is lesson 8. Today being Wednesday, we're going to be talking about individual responsibility. So far we've been talking about developing our talents, and today we are going to look at individual responsibility. And what that is some talents are not something internal, like a gift that you have of fixing things or doing things. They are things that we all have a responsibility towards. So it's not just physical, spiritual, the other things that we can use as well. And the question is, what are some of the talents the Christian steward should cultivate, and why? So one of them, of course, is to know God. But here in the extended reading, it reminds us that the special gifts of the Spirit are not the only talents represented in the parable of the talents. It includes all gifts and endowments, whether original or acquired, natural or spiritual. All are to be employed in Christ's service. In becoming his disciple, we surrender ourselves to him with all that we are and have. These gifts he returns to us purified and ennobled to be used for his glory in blessing our fellow men. So one of the gifts is the power of speech, is a talent that should be diligently cultivated. Of all the gifts we have received from God, none is capable of being a greater blessing than this. So it's how you speak. Speech is very, very, very important. So with the voice we convince and persuade, with it we offer prayer and praise to God, and with it we tell others of the Redeemer's love. How important then that is to be so trained as to be most effective for good. So our power of speech should be trained for the most good that it can do. And also the other talent that is mentioned here is our time, which belongs to God. We should be used every moment because it's his. We're supposed to use it wisely. So we are under the most solemn obligation to improve it to his glory. Of no talent he has given will he require a more strict account than of our time. We waste so much time, pretty much. So I think this is very, very important for us to take note, because we sometimes don't realize the value of time and we don't use it as we should. And also and even this time, it's not just parents or adults. It's supposed to be taught to everybody, even the children. The time that they're using on whatever they're using, they also need to realize that it's God's time and it should be used wisely. And also the other talent is God entrusts men with means, so he gives them power to get wealth. So God is not against wealth, and that's something that we've discussed before. So he waters the earth with the dews of heaven and with the showers of refreshing rain. He gives the sunlight which warms the earth, awakening to life the things of nature and causing them to flourish and bear fruit, and he asks for a return of his own. So our money is not given to us to honor and glorify ourselves. Sometimes we think it is, but when we give our usual 10% and we give our offering, and we think that the rest of the money we can do whatever we want. Actually, no, we are not supposed to use money the way we want. So as faithful stewards, we are to use it for the honor and glory of God. Some think that only the portion of their means is the Lord's. So, and that's what I was saying, that when they set apart a portion for religious and charitable purposes, they regard the remainder as their own to be used as they see fit. But in this, they make a mistake. As we possess, all we possess is the Lord's, and we are accountable to him for the use we make of it. In the use of every penny, it will be seen whether we love God supremely and our neighbor as ourselves. So this is something to really think about, because I think when we spend money, when you spend $1 here, $1 there, $20 there, we don't think much about it. We don't think, about, like, are we being accountable to God? Are we doing this for the glory of God, or are we doing it to please ourselves? And often we do that. And so it's something to really think about that and realize that we have an individual responsibility to all the gifts that God has given us. And these are some of the gifts that we take for granted, like time and money and speech. We don't speak as we should. Sometimes we are careless in our speech. And so we must remember that we have an individual responsibility to God and to other people, and so to use all these talents as a means to glorify God. So these are talents that anybody can have. You don't have to think too much or seek for it too much. These are some of the things that most people are able to have, like time. We all have time. So, well, how are we using our time, whether we have other talents or not? Are we making proper use of the time that we have? So as we ponder on these things this day, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow so that we can continue with our discussion on talents. I hope you have a blessed day.